Hello again, gamers. Welcome back to the Board Game Captain. I am here at Gen Con 2021, and I am in the CGE Games Room. That's the Czech Games Edition room. And I am speaking with Rachel here from Czech Games Edition. She's going to tell us all about some recent releases and some upcoming projects for CGE, some things they got going on. So, hello, Rachel.
Hello.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for talking to me about the stuff we've got going on.
Of course. So what do you have here to tell us about?
So the big thing, as you might be able to tell from the giant banner behind me and the boxes in front of me, is Lost Ruins of Arnak. We are currently developing our first expansion for the Lost Ruins of Arnak called Expedition Leaders. We're hoping for it to be a Spiel release and then coming to the US around the holiday times if everything goes according to plan. Unfortunately, because it is being play tested right now, I can't show you the components, but I can show you this lovely box that it's going to come in.
Very nice.
And behind me you can see these gorgeous portraits of the 6 characters that this expansion introduces.
Very cool.
Yeah, so the whole thing with this expansion is that it introduces asymmetry. So at the start of the game, everyone's going to pick an expedition leader that they're going to play as, and those expedition leaders all cater to very distinctive and different play styles. They come with their own unique boards that have actions that only they can take. They get unique starting decks, all that stuff, and they're all very varied and they're done very, very well.
I love asymmetrical player powers.
It's done so elegantly with this expansion. What I love about it is that there's 6 different expedition leaders, and there's kind of a difficulty ramp of they're all well balanced, but you can take a beginning player and have them play the captain, whose shtick is very simple, and you can take a really experienced player and have them try to play as the mystic, which is much more complicated. It's really, really great. It allows you to play with a diverse group of players who maybe have different experience levels and still have it be a balanced experience.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Do we know what the retail price is going to be on the expansion?
I believe it's $29.95, but don't quote me on that. That's what I think, but
I will check on your website and I'll put it up on the screen in case it's different, just so you guys know. Very cool. So anything else you'd like to tell us about the Lost Ruins of Arnak Expedition Leader?
Yeah, so in addition to the asymmetrical thing that it introduces in all the different characters, it also gives you other stuff that you would expect in a normal expansion. So you get more artifacts, more items, more locations and guardians, and there's actually an entirely new research track that comes in the box that you lay on top of the original board. It's got 2 new sides to it, so it gives you 2 totally new temples to explore, and the way that those research track works is a little bit different and interesting.
Now, before we started filming, we were chatting a little bit, and you were telling me that this next year, 2022, is going to be the year of the expansion for CGE.
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff do you guys got that you're working on?
Yeah, so I can't say anything for certain, obviously, but we're hoping to really sink our teeth into our 2 big games from 2021. So the Lost Ruins of Arnak and then the Galaxy Trucker relaunch.
Yes.
We're going to be hoping to put out some more content for those. That's really where we're going to be putting our focus in the upcoming year.
Awesome. So now, Here's I'm going to give this is going to be a little bit of a side personal question.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's say you are recommending some great CGE holiday gifts. The holiday season is coming up. You guys got a ton of awesome games out. I'm looking around the room. I see a lot of games I have played that are really awesome. For instance, it's an older one of yours, but I'm a big fan of Tosh Kalar as an example.
Yeah.
What games would you recommend for holiday gifts for people this holiday buying season?
I'm honestly going to say Letter Jam. Letter Jam came out right before the pandemic hit, and a lot of people don't know about it because it's a cooperative game where you need 4 to 5 people to get that true Letter Jam experience, and it kind of flew under the radar, and it is fantastic. If you like Codenames and you like Trapwords and you like our other word-based games, I personally really love Letter Jam. It's unlike any other board game cooperative experience I've ever had.
So what makes Letter Jam different from the other word games, from the other cooperative games?
I am not a cooperative person. I do not like co-op games. I have gone on record saying I absolutely despise them. But I love Letter Jam because it feels individual as well. So if you're unfamiliar with Letter Jam, everyone's got a letter in front of them that you can see everyone else's letter, but you can't see your own. And you are spelling words with the letters you can see to try to help people figure out their word. And that puzzle, there's amazing moments in Letter Jam where you're looking at what people have spelled with your letter. So you'll see a word that's got blanks where your letter is, and you're trying to figure out what my letter is, and you sit there and you go, there's no word. It's not possible. And the yelling that I've seen in Letter Jam, you would not expect, where people are like, it's not possible. You gave me a fake word. And that dawning aha, oh, I've got an E. That's what it, like, that moment is just fantastic. It's the one co-op game that I get into because there is that kind of tension between players of, like, if someone gives you a bad word, you get mad at them because they didn't effectively help you. It's great. I love Letter Jam.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything else going on right now with CGE that you'd like to tell the people watching this video about?
Yeah, so a couple other things that are coming on the horizon. I recently just learned that we're developing a Codenames app, which sounds like nothing, right? It sounds like, just a digital implementation of Codenames, but we're designing it to be a more video game-like experience with, like, unlockables and a very unique way to experience Codenames. So if you're a diehard Codenames fan, be on the lookout for that coming soon.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Is it now you say it's gonna be more of like a video game experience. Is there gonna be like do you know if there's gonna be a mode where it'll take the place of the Codemaster so that you could just be players or what's
I know very little about it. I just learned that this was in the works like a few days ago, but it sounds very interesting. I don't know any of the details, but all I know is that it is a unique version of Codenames that is designed to be like a video game-like experience or an app-like experience. It's not just the game ported to a digital. It's going to have all new content and cool ways to interact with the game.
Okay.
I wish I could tell you more, but it's kind of hush-hush secret right now. But I know it's coming at some point.
You heard it here first. Pay attention. Keep watching for the Codenames app. This could be really cool. I'm curious to see now what they do with it.
Yeah, me too. I think we'll probably find out around the same time.
Fair enough.
It's true.
All right, so I'm going to put a link to CGE's website down below if you'd like to check out the availability of all of these games and buy them directly from the company. But of course, you can always check with your friendly local game store and see if they can get the Lost Ruins of Arnak Expedition Leaders expansion in for you at your FLGS. Be sure to like and subscribe, and until next time, game on.